I'm sure many of you know that famous comic panel of Vader being like, all I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men, when being surrounded by rebels. But you might be wondering, where'd that comic panel come from? How did Vader get in that situation? Well, good news. We're going over that today. So, strap in, it's gonna be fun, have a seat, get something nice to eat, and let's go through the comic run. It's actually 6 issues long. We're not doing all 6, of course. We're gonna do maybe the first 1.5, and then the end. Really just follow Vader as the 6 kind of dive into different storylines, different characters. We're just really gonna stick with Vader and how he gets out of that situation. It's fun to read. It's a good run. I recommend reading it yourself. But for the sake of the video, we're just gonna follow Vader, his encounter, and how he gets out of that being surrounded by the rebels. He goes to a planet called Vrogus Voss, where he encounters Luke and other rebels. His mission here is to find Luke, who he knows destroyed the Death Star, trying to find Luke Skywalker. So that's what he's doing. He's with an associate here, so it's gonna be a good read. All right, let's get into it. Vader was flying his TIE fighter through hyperspace. It's called Vrogus Voss, his associate said to him, a barren world with no known native life forms, though more than its share of gaseous surface emissions. Sounds like our target found himself a lovely little place to hide. The boy cannot hide from his destiny, Vader said, or from me. What word do we have of Commander Carbon? Well, we know our favorite Mon Calamari cyborg was assigned by the Emperor to find the pilot who blew up the Death Star, but we have no reason to believe he's come anywhere close to identifying Skywalker. Nevertheless, he will need to be dealt with, Vader said, once we have the boy. The kid's on Vrogus Voss, all right. The information was quite certain of it. He said he'd bet his life on it. The broker no longer has a life which to wager, Vader said. Then I guess I'm betting my life on it, she said. You'll find your rebel there, Lord Vader. I had better, Dr. Aphra. Coming out of hyperspace now, he said. And Vader emerged out of hyperspace into a fleet of rebel X-Wings. The rebel leader spoke. Looks like today's drills are officially cancelled, gang. We got a live one. Nothing else on the scanners. This buckethead must be a scout. Let's jam his transmissions and tag him before he scurries back to Mama. Blue Squadron, take the lead. They were on maneuvers. They weren't expecting me, Vader said. What? Who wasn't expecting you? Replied Aphra. The 3 squadrons of rebel starfighters I see before me. If this was a trap, Aphra, you better hope it kills me. A trap? Vader, I wouldn't cross you. I may love danger, but I've never been big on suicide. But 3 squadrons? That's dozens of fighters. You've got to get out of there. Your information was correct. Skywalker is here. I can sense him. I am a Lord of the Sith. They are the ones who should be running. And the rebels back in their ships now talk to each other. One ship, and he's charging right at us. Whoever he is, he's got more guts than guns. Put a few holes in him, Blue Squadron, and we'll see how long those guts keep him from surrendering. Copy that. And they engaged Vader, fighting him with all that they had, shooting, but of course, it was not working. Blue 5 is down! Blue 5 is down, there's Blue 3. He's right on my tail, torpedoes locked. He's picking us apart. Blue Squadron, don't let him. Explosions surrounding Vader as he took them out one by one. I don't believe it. He just took out a whole squadron without so much as a scratch. Who the hell is this guy? A dead man, one of the rebels replied. All units, attack. Vader, can you hear me? Aphra asked. Vader! Contact was lost, and Vader continued to engage the X-Wings, taking them out one by one, using the Force, using his guns, doing whatever he had to do. The rebels couldn't believe it. What? Torpedoes are veering off course. That's impossible. Look out, he's still coming. Yellow Squadron, report. Is anyone left from Yellow? I can't see. This can't be happening. Now, how is he doing this? He's just one man. Now to Luke. It's Vader. Darth Vader. Red 5, do you have visual confirmation? He was asked. I don't need it. It's him. Doesn't matter if it's Vader. He's still alone and grossly outnumbered. If we surround him and coordinate our fire, we can... They don't know what he can do. They haven't seen what I've... We won't be able to stop him. Not like this. Not unless... I'm sorry about this, R2. I really am. This is Red 5. I'm going in. The rebels responded. Red 5, stay in formation. Luke, what do you think you're... And Luke blasted off directly at Vader's tie, heading straight for it. Luke, veer off. At that speed, you're gonna fly right into... R2, close comms, Luke said. Finally, Vader said, a pilot worth killing. Wait, I sense... Die, you... And Luke crashed directly into Vader, sending them both spiraling down towards the planet. Speaking to R2, Luke yelled, Stabilizers are shot! Hang on, R2, we're going down. And Vader, he didn't care his ship was going down. He realized Luke was strong in the Force. If he truly is strong in the Force, this will not end him. X-Wings, rebels in space, scattered. Vader had destroyed them, but Vader was now falling to the planet. The rebels on the planet would take him out. On the base now, Rogus Voss secret rebel refueling base. This is not a drill. All infantry, fall out, armed and ready. Your target is Darth Vader. May the Force be with you. So, the rebels on the planet took off, going to find and kill Vader. This is Gray Squadron. We're over the crash site now. No sign of... Wait, it's him. It's Vader. We have visual confirmation. Then don't waste any time, Gray Squadron, he heard in his comms. Aye, aye. Commence bombing on my... And Vader used the Force to crash them, to blow them up. Wait, where'd that debris... Mother of moons, Gray 5, look out, we're gonna... And the crashing ensued. Vader, without any trouble, put the bombers against each other. And Luke, in the distance in a different area, looked on as it all happened. Yeah, sorry about the ship, R2. Let's just hope it was worth it. Though something tells me if we survived, chances are Vader did as... And he heard a crash in the distance. Guess that answers the question. R2 beeped in response. No, R2, it's not exactly the sort of answer we came here to find. But right now I'm just a rebel pilot who needs to help his friends. Learning to be a Jedi will have to wait. Vader walked through the planet, expecting rebels. There is power in this place. I can feel it stirring. This world was once the site of a Jedi temple. No wonder the boy... And Vader was interrupted by rebels surrounding him. Darth Vader, lay down your weapons. You are surrounded. All I'm surrounded by is fear, Vader replied, and dead men. Darth Vader, enough! Surrender now! Very well, Vader said. Lower your weapons. You will not be harmed. And Vader, with the Force, started to activate grenades on the rebels' belts as they let their guard down, thinking they had him. Huh, what's going on? Captain, my grenades are... And an explosion ensued around the rebels, around Vader. Rebels exploding, dying as Vader knew exactly what he was doing. A sniper aimed, they shot, Vader blocked it directly into a tank. He took out a tank, Stop! Does anyone have optics on the target? I've lost... He's over... The rebels were scrambling. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know where Vader was. They didn't know how he was doing this. Screaming, explosions, trying to communicate. Report! Sightings! We've got to get out of here! We're blind here! Screaming, explosions again as Vader crashed rebel ships, blew them up, used the Force to do anything he could. Anything he could to get rid of these puny rebels. To find the boy. Bleed whole worlds dry, rebels. You will not keep me from the boy. And Luke continued to look on in the distance. Oh no. They're being slaughtered. This is my fault. If I would have just hit Vader straight on. R2 beeped in defiance. Thanks, R2. But trying just doesn't seem to cut it. But, over time, Han and Leia, Chewie, C-3PO, were able to reach the planet, able to reach Luke before Vader. And in the Millennium Falcon, after picking up Luke, Han said, "Don't look all that mournful, kid. We're alive." And C-3PO said, "Isn't it a little early to make that kind of statement, Master Solo? We're not in orbit, and there's an awful lot of those TIE interceptors." "I fixed your head. Don't make me regret it." and the Millennium Falcon took off under blaster fire, but they were able to escape. And Luke said, "I know, Han, it's just, I'm never going back to that temple. I was close to something, and I'll never know what," as Vader looked on as the Millennium Falcon escaped. So that's the end of the comic, but, I'm not gonna, there was a lot in between, but, that's how it ended. I really just wanted to get to how Vader escaped, how we got to that iconic comic panel of Vader saying, "All I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men." There was a lot of stuff that took place in between, but ultimately, Luke escaped. You can go read the whole comic run yourself. It was very good, but yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know what you thought about Vader finding Luke, almost getting him, Luke literally crashing his ship into Vader's, and Vader just destroying the rebels without any real trouble at all. I always love to see Vader just go crazy, so this was fun. So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and new fan fiction tomorrow. What if Yoda was in the Jedi Temple? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.